Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It's hump day. It is hump day. You know, the end of the week is almost here. Okay, where does that feedback coming from? I hear it, but I don't. You know, I- all right. Good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. We've made it to Wednesday, and of course, we have things that we need to deal with that are happening that we need to be clear on what's going on in America, right? Now, one of the things I told you all about earlier, I need to cut that video for it. I haven't done it yet today. Was about the fact that your federal government is looking to sell your student loan debt to private investors. Yeah, the federal government is looking at selling your publicly owned, your government owned and backed student loan debt, right? Hey Maribel, hey beautiful. They're looking to sell your student loan debt to investors, right? Now I know some of you may be thinking, hey, if they're going to sell my debt to investors, then that means I can discharge my student loan debt in bankruptcy and not have to pay it. Lies you tell. Lies you tell. Because I'm gonna tell you something else. I think that the federal government would make it so you still have to pay that money. They still wouldn't let you discharge it. They're not going to let you away with that. Now, PPP loans, if you owned a multi-million-dollar company and you borrowed money from the federal government, oh, they'll forgive that. They'll forgive that money. We have to censor the photo, Ewok. This is indecent. That's a whole nussy. We can't be showing that to children. Quiet as kept, I should have pixelated it in my video. We need to be hiding this from children, the elderly, women. No one should have to look at this. This is not appropriate. Now, I said it in my video. I'm wondering though. You know how Cardi says she has WAP, right? Right? Does he have like a wet ass nussy? You know, a wan? That's what I'm wondering. You know what I mean? It is extremely lewd to have this picture. That's why it's pixelated. I'm here to protect the decency that the Trump administration won't protect. Paw needs a neck lift. He needs a neck lift. You know? He needs a neck lift. It makes me wonder when he rubs it, does it sound like somebody stirring up a bowl of mac and cheese? You know what I mean? You know how they try to say it's so wet it sounds like mac and cheese in a bowl and shit? Makes me wonder, when that nussy, is it wet enough that when he touches it like this, does it sound like, you know, that thing? Does it sound like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it wet? Or is it just a dry, raggedy, sagging, losing elasticity nussy? I'm thinking this nussy needs a little bit of rejuvenation. You know? That's what I'm thinking. Hey, Russ, good afternoon. Oh, somebody says it smells like earring backs and hot dog water. Listen. I can see that because earring backs have a certain je ne sais quoi to them, if you know what I'm saying. Especially if those earring backs you acquired from a local trailer park, they're going to smell funny, right? They're going to smell funny. But I want to know. I want to know. I want to know if when he rubs on it, it sounds like mac and cheese. That's what I want to know. I really want to know. You say, what has 20 legs and 3 teeth? Easy. It's the whole front row. Damn, at a MAGA rally. Jesus. You know what I gotta stop doing? I gotta stop reading y'all comments out loud before I've actually read them. Cause y'all be wearing me out. Y'all be wearing me out. Okay? I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop doing it because y'all are witty out here. Y'all real witty. You said Speaker Johnson could tell me if it sounds like mac and cheese when Trump rub it. You're absolutely correct. Speaker Johnson could tell me. Uh-huh. You said why Crouching Tiger? Because it's indecent to show this nussy to everybody. You can't walk the streets showing your nussy all willy-nilly when you want to. You know? So the way I see it, what they say, make it rain, make it pop with that wet ass nussy. Hey, that's what that is. And we need to make it our business to talk about this nussy as much as possible. You know what I think? Somebody, listen, you know I love to give y'all products you can create to sell to MAGA, right? Nussy pens. Nussy pens. Little lapel pins. They can put a little nussy pins. They can, because they'll probably wear them. Think about it. They wore an eye patch. I mean, no, I'm sorry, it was an ear patch. It might as well have been an eye patch because when you look at the picture, there's nothing wrong with this ear. Thank you, T. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I try to have a little bit of serious conversation, but we have a lot of fun here, right? So I'm just wondering, you know, and they say Trump is mad about this cover. Do you understand? He is upset. He said, now listen, I try to strategically place myself to hide my nussy. Look, imagine he has a nussy and swollen ankles and swollen trotters. How? Make it make sense. Now, I want y'all to tell me something. Who in the NFL is 6'3", 230 pounds, and has a nussy just like the president? Come on, I'll give you a second. Okay, the answer is nobody. I was trying to give y'all time. Exactly, AC Slater. Exactly. Exactly, Chris. No one. But according to the White House, they said Donald Trump is 6'3", 230 pounds with a nussy. With a nussy. Okay. With a nussy. Imagine if this man, this is the view that Melania gets to see. Think about it. They exposed us to the shit that the first lady has to be privy to. I'm good. I don't need it. What Jamie Foxx say? I don't need it, bitch. I don't want this view. You know, because I figure if you're looking up and that's what you're seeing, you're in a bad way. You understand? You're in a bad way. If you look up and what you see is that nussy hanging down at you. I had to blur the nussy 999. It's indecent. You said, are Epstein files being buried in the foundation of the new ballroom? No, Russ. The Epstein files are inside that nussy right there. That's where they are. Because notice he didn't have all that the first time he ran. So I figure the 4 years that Biden was president, he was taking Epstein files and stuffing them and hiding them in that nussy. That's why it's so big like that. Yeah, I had to blur it. They think we're boo-boo the fool, but now we know. Listen, I never knew that a good sign of health was a nussy. Did you know that? Because usually when you see people with the turkey giblet, like that nussy down there, they're usually not in the best of health, right? Right. But apparently, now a nussy is a sign of great health. That along with swollen ankles, bruise on hands, swollen foots, you know. Hey, man. Hey, from Philippines. Good morning, Lionel. He had it before, but now it's gotten bigger because he's been keeping Shauna because he's been stuffing Epstein files in there. Everybody knows paper will just pile up on you if you don't wet it or something. Oh, Oh, let's talk about that ear. Let me stop for a second. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Listen, if you're enjoying being here, all I ask you to do is do two things for me. Tapping is clapping. If you could tap that like button for me and hit the copy link button for me. Copy link counts as a share. I appreciate that. You don't even have to send that link to anybody because it counts as a share. Now hold on, let me find what I was looking for to show y'all. Okay, here we go. Now, the ear. Let's look at it. I wanted to make it so y'all can see it. I'm sorry I'm showing you that nussy. Yeah. You're going to have to look at that nussy. I'm sorry. Because we got to talk about this ear real quick. And then I'll go back to the censored version of that nussy. Okay? I apologize. No, cartilage doesn't heal that way. You're absolutely correct, Robbie. Cartilage only heals this way if you're Wolverine. And I don't know about y'all. I ain't never met a 78-year-old fucking Wolverine. Right? Y'all ever met a 78-year-old Wolverine? I haven't. Look at Saint Chroma. Saint Chroma also loves Nussy. Bye. Go enjoy your Nussy all by yourself. We don't want to watch you play with Nussy. Hey, Zarvis, good afternoon. Came in all loud. Trump. Listen, I told y'all the conservatives, Republican voters, they talk so much shit about gay people, but they talk shit about gay people because they're not living their truth. Conservative men, especially, come in my lives repeatedly talking about their love and adoration for Donald Trump. They dream about him every night, and they got whole wives. But they're really in love with men. Yeah? They're really in love. Imagine how bad in a way you got to be in your life to look up to a motherfucker in a diaper. Your life is such trash that you look up to a man in a fucking diaper with no edges. Look, you can see right here he ain't got no edges. I already told y'all I'm going to go to the beauty supply store and I'm going to buy about 5 or 6 packs of them edges that they sell at the beauty supply store. And I'm going to bleach them and I'm going to send them to the president. Yep, so he can finally have some fucking edges. Because I tell you, this winter, he going to go outside to walk up them stairs on Air Force One and that damn wind going to hit them edges and it's going to change his whole mind. They're like, I thought the president had his mind made up. And they're going to say, well, he did until the wind blew across that dome right there where he ain't got no hair. And he said, fuck that. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. Donald Trump, they claim that when that incident happened, it grazed his ear. As you can see, there is no damage to that ear at all. None. Because it was a stunt. It was a straight stunt. Again, I told you it was a stunt when it happened. Because nobody is going to let, right? Say something really happened. They're not going to let you stand up and throw your fucking fist in the air for a fucking photo op. They're not going to do that. They're not trained for that. They're trained to get you out of the zone and get you into a protected space that's not out in the open. That's what they're trained to do. They're not trained to let you stand there and take pictures and shit. Hey, Raylo, you can't come in here and talk to me. I deport, and you look like you should be deported. Bye, beloved. My heart bleeds peanut butter. See, I'm just like Trump, except my deportation rate is faster, right? I don't believe in due process, and I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I ain't gonna even let you speak. I just kick you out. So I deported. I will vote for Donald Trump. Hey, me too. I will kick you out. Yeah? Kick you right on out. Y'all gonna learn. Did you see Speaker Johnson suggested Trump should be the next Nobel Prize winner? Not for best cankles. He should. If it's for cankles. If it's for Cankles, but it gotta be for Cankles. Gotta be for Cankles. You voted for Trump? Well, that's good to know, Stephen, that you did. Nobody cares. I booted you. Why the fuck are you telling us? I keep telling y'all, stop coming telling me shit I don't care about. Y'all keep trying to, I voted for Trump. Who gives a shit? Tell it to your mama. I don't give a shit. Do you think he wears false teeth? No, those are Trump's real teeth. They're not fake teeth. That's why they don't look very good. Hey D, love you too. That's why they don't look very good. What's with the floating cotton candy on top of his head? Oh, you mean that lack of hair? Let me show y'all how it looks from the back. Hold on, because I know some people like to say, oh, nah, it's not it. Hold up, that's not it. That's that hot air balloon I found. Wait a minute. Let me find the picture. There it is. There it is. You see, they comb it together because ain't no hair down the middle, see? And I attribute that to him sleeping on his back. He doesn't wear a bonnet and he doesn't have a silk pillowcase. Yeah. So when I tell y'all that the president, he need a lace front, for real, for real. He could probably get JD to do the installation. JD's very good at makeup. He probably is good at wig installation too. Yeah, probably is. Probably is. You know me, I'm gonna make it my business to bring it up repeatedly. Let me let y'all see that hot air balloon again while we go back to where we need to be. Where is it? Let's go back here. Because it's just too much indecency having that big old hot air nussy balloon just flying all over the top of my live. I don't want to catch no flag from TikTok for indecency. Not the pic looks like roadkill that RFK Jr. eats. RFK Jr. would eat that nussy. I'm sure he would. You gotta eat tonight, Kimmy. I'm sorry. That's why I pixelated it. I covered it up. No one should have to stare at that nussy. Because quiet as kept, if I was in a room with them with a nussy like that, I want to stick my finger in it. I want to see how deep that thing goes. That's what I want to see. This is supposed to be what we call great leadership. Barack Obama didn't have a nussy. Joe Biden didn't have a nussy. Bill Clinton didn't have a nussy. Never in my lifetime have I ever seen a president have a nussy. Because usually they have to be of good physical health to be president, right? We want a good, healthy president. But Trump has a lot of health conditions. So by proxy, right, he gonna end up with this nussy. So he got nussy, swollen ankles, swollen feet, bruise on the hand, right? And the White House is still putting out reports, not really telling us anything. Doesn't the American public deserve to know what's going on with our president? Oh, he never exfoliated. Trump probably takes his skincare tips from RFK Jr. Jesus. They disappeared my hair and put some weird little crown on my head. Damn. Wait a minute, Dino. Dino, did you call it a sophos? Oh, I can't with y'all. I can't. Now, I'm gonna tell you what else I would call it. I'd also call it a hot pocket. That's a hot pocket. Because you know it'd be a little warm, extra warm up there. Hey, Brew, you the other person that we put out. We're going to put this account out too, beloved. Bye. This is an exclusive party that you're not invited to, beloved. Bye. Oh, they want to be a part of this discussion so bad, but I won't allow it. Because I know they have nussies too. Hey, Miss Val. They got nussies too. This is why they use fake pictures, all the fucking filters in their damn TikTok profiles and shit. Oh, not meat curtains. Listen. Listen. Oh, man. That esophagus, however you would say it, because I'm trying to be careful that it don't sound like something else and TikTok get funny with me. That is diabolical, though. And if Trump had a beard, it'd be outright illegal. Right? Oh, it sweats, Lionel. It sweats. Probably smell like turned meat when it does. Oh, I know I'm triggering them, Charlie. I trigger MAGA every day. But now that the president has this nussy and it's on the cup. Time first of like I said this morning, Time Magazine knew what the fuck they were doing. They were being shady on purpose. First of all, you never take pictures of nobody from the bottom. I'm not mad he won VD. I'm mad that you thought you was gonna come back on this account and I wouldn't block this one too. Bye, beloved. You got blocked. 9 followers. He was so pressed. Imagine naming yourself VD and wondering why you can't get above 9 followers. They get so mad. Don't be mad. Are you mad that I'm talking about Trump's nussy and not talking about your nussy? Is that what it is? You wish you had a nussy as big and fat and wet as Trump's. Because that's why y'all really get mad. Yeah, Joe Biden didn't spend time. You know why Trump talks about his looks all the time? Because Trump knows he's a busted oddball. He knows it. He knows that he's like a lot of older men in America. Think about it. A lot of older men in America, they'll run around. Oh, I need a woman small in the waist and cute in the face. Sir, you haven't seen your own toes in 15, 20 years. Are you serious? Are you serious? You participate in big back shenanigans every day. Are you serious? You can't be serious. With these unrealistic standards, I need a woman that is taking care of herself. Why? Why should she be punished with a man who hasn't taken care of himself? Why should that woman be forced to look at you every evening? What? So you can feel good to know you have a prize? You don't have enough. Listen, most American men don't have enough money for that. Right? Because I see a lot of American men envy Donald Trump because he's married to Melania Trump. You can envy him, but you're not going to get yourself a Melania. You might get a Mildred, a Mabel, some shit like that, but you'll never get a Melania. Hey, Alan, you're never going to get that. You ain't got enough money and access and power for that shit. Melania likes money. Money, okay? She actually likes money more than she likes her husband. That's why she's still there. That's why she's still there. Hey, Russ. Now, while we're here this afternoon, I'm also going to tell y'all about a couple of things that's going on because you need to know about them because the media ain't talking about them, not the mainstream media, because they want to leave you focused on everything else but how Trump is fucking up. Now, first thing, anybody in here from Kentucky? Anybody in here from Kentucky? Hold up. I had to boot Scott. He tried to put his hat on to block the fact that he ain't got no more edges either. He just got the back, a power mullet. Nope, you can't be here. You can't be here. You got to get honest, sir. You have no edges in the front. Let us see it all. Let us see it all. Right? But you're not going to come in here and pop shit to me in my live and think I'm going to let you stay when you're trying to hide the fact that you ain't got no edges. Hey, Lola, you're a conservative woman. Go cook somebody something. Go have a baby. Ain't shit you can tell me. I treat conservative women just like conservative men treat them. I should see you. I should not hear you. If you're talking, you shouldn't be. Go cook something. Go clean something. Go chase after a man. Go do something with your life besides talk to me. Stop wasting your husband's internet. Okay? All right? Damn. You think that, you know what? I don't think Barron's autistic, but you could be onto something. I just think Trump, Trump said Tylenol. I'm going to tell you, it's much more simple than that. Trump said the name Tylenol because he couldn't say the name acetaminophen. That's really it. There's no big time nefarious plan to destroy Tylenol. I'm telling y'all. Trump just couldn't read acetaminophen off the prompter. That's all. He knew he couldn't pronounce it properly. So he just said, Tylenol. That's what happened. I'm telling you, that's really what happened. He just couldn't read it. That's all. That's what really happened. That's what, exactly, Linda. Tell her. Go clean something. Now, I saw somebody say they were here from Kentucky. Well, I want to tell you about something that just happened with Kentucky because your state just lost a $100 million investment. There was supposed to be a $100 million battery plant that was going to be built in Kentucky. They have now canceled that. Boom. They canceled that. They ain't building shit now. Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. The Trump administration took the $100 million from your state. It wasn't a private investor, it was the government. They terminated $100 million in grant funding for a battery plant in Christian County. This is one of Kentucky's largest economic development projects. You know why they taking that money, right? Because they need all the money for all this immigration shit. It is not enough money for it. It's not enough money for it. So Kentucky, you just got fucked again. He told you he was going to give you jobs, lower your groceries. You got high groceries and now no jobs. I love this shit. They say during his Team Kentucky update last week, just before the announcement, Governor Andy Beshear said the decision would hurt people who heavily supported Trump during the last presidential election. He doesn't care. Donald Trump doesn't care. He told you if you vote for him, you'll never have to vote again. He told you. And say it again, brother, racism is expensive. There's nothing like watching racists go broke, especially racists that were already broke. Now you pile that on top of losing this investment. Now, they said the governor also said the proposed cuts could mean a $50 million loss for Mitsubishi Electric in Mason County. The company is repurposing a manufacturing plant in Maysville, right? So we don't know yet if any cuts are going to come to the Mitsubishi Electric project, but they also have another risk in Kentucky. You also at risk of losing $24 million for energy-related projects at the University of Kentucky Research Foundation. See, elections have consequences. And Republicans don't believe in investments. They believe in buying off people to keep them docile and obedient. You know, like how Republicans always used to love to buy off farmers, even though small family farms tend to operate in the red. If it wasn't for government handouts, if it wasn't for the government giving them your tax money, those farmers wouldn't even be able to continue to stay in business. Yeah, it's kind of like that. One of the grants that Kentucky is losing is a $7 million grant. It's for the Pigman College of Engineering, an Institute for Decarbonization and Energy Advancement project. The grant award documents show that this would be used to demonstrate the effectiveness of a carbon capture device that puts the raw material into glass production. Well, they got rid of that too. Hey, say it again, dude, but you can sleep well at night knowing that America gave $20 billion to Argentina to lift up their farmers, who then the Chinese went to them and bought soybeans. Farmers, if you're growing soybeans, you're never getting that Chinese market back. It's gone for good. You're never getting it. You might as well come up with something else. Quiet as kept, when I was out this afternoon, I passed multiple farm properties where they were selling several acres of their farmland that they were not selling in January. They need the fucking money. Oh, it's now 40 billion. Wow, that we've given Argentina and not a drop to farmers. Thank you, God. Mm. Mm. Then, you know what? I am sleeping so good these days. It's like when I lay down in my bed at night, I can faintly hear the cries of MAGA. God, what are we going to do to pay our electricity bill? That's what I hear at night, the faint cries of MAGA, praying for the president to help them. And Trump's too busy like, no, you ain't getting shit from Trump. Say it again. Won't he do it? Let's dance. Dun. That's the praise break. Dun, 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 dun. That's how I feel. It makes me want to dance. It does. And then MAGA will come in my lives and say, how can you celebrate the suffering of people? Easy. I celebrate it just like y'all celebrate. I love when I see the little messages on the internet when they trying to write something to Donald Trump. Please, President Trump, I know you didn't mean to do this. Yes, he did. Duh. Damn. Some of them are so daft. Some of them are so daft, so thirsty, so pressed to be liked, to feel like they're a part of something. And it's sad. It's like, dang, it's not going to work. Now, I want to ask, I know I got some people in here from Florida. I think I do today. Florida, you there? Because we got some updates on your housing market again. This is new from what I told you the other day. You got another update on the housing market in Florida. See, this is all Republican leadership that's fucking up these places. I love this shit. Oh, this is so good. So listen about Florida, right? So they say the number of homes for sale across Florida is finally declining after 2 full years of constantly rising. Listen, no, you guys can celebrate. So many, they finally, listen, the people of Florida that own homes, they finally figured out, fuck it. It's not like we can sell this house. We might as well stay in here and suffer. So now the number of houses isn't increasing anymore. See? They know they can't sell that house. They know don't nobody want to come move to fucking Florida. Only a fool would move to Florida. Their government is trash. Their government's trash. I would move to Florida. Florida's government not only is trash, it's invasive. It's always in your business, trying to control you. Florida is big government. Florida is big government. So I wouldn't want it either. So good. I'm glad they taking that. You know why they taking that shit off the market? Because they can't sell it. And I want to say something to the homeowners that have taken the homes off the market. You're not going to be able to rent it either. You're not going to be able to rent it because can't nobody afford the rent. Yeah, they can't afford the rent. So you're fucked. You're either going to have to let them foreclose on that shit or you're going to have to sit in that house for at least another 20 years until Florida can finally turn itself around. Because it's going to take at least 15 to 20 years for Florida to turn itself around. It's going to take a long time. Yeah, and people ain't traveling. Gone are the days of that Airbnb shit. Ain't nobody traveling to Florida, not nobody you want to rent to. Yeah, Mississippi government's trash too. Louisiana too. Yep, you can't buy insurance. Property taxes too high down there. It ain't worth it to buy in Florida. So now this is how you know Florida's doing really, really bad. When the media calls a win, well, at least they don't have more houses on the month than they had last month. What do they say? Celebrate the little things, right? And that's what's happening. They're celebrating the little things. There are not more homes on the market than it was last month. That's crazy. That's considered a win. Y'all know they're having another vote. They might have already done it. I think they already did it. To try to open the government. It failed again. Good. Democrats, keep that shit shut down. Force Republicans. Republicans have got to compromise. See, Republicans think that in the media, they've convinced people to blame Democrats. You're not going to, why would we blame Democrats for trying to protect folks' health care? Why would we? And see, the thing is, Democrats have to be smart about this, because if you lay down for conservatives and you do this with them, when the people start complaining about their health insurance, they'll say, well, Democrats voted to take your insurance too. That's exactly what MAGA will say to justify it ain't that bad, because look, liberals voted to take it too. If it was that bad, your Democratic elected official wouldn't have taken it. You don't need it. Like I'm hearing the conversations in the media where they're trying to say, well, maybe a middle ground where they can come to some compromise is in the subsidies. Because conservatives feel like there's some people that are qualifying for ACA subsidies that shouldn't. You mean like people who qualified for PPP loans that shouldn't have? Businesses. But they got that fucking money and it was forgiven. I don't give a shit if somebody makes $260,000 a year. Why not? Why can't they get any type of stipend or some type of assistance with that? Why not? Why not? Health insurance is expensive as hell. And so just because somebody makes a lot more money than somebody else doesn't mean they don't need no help. Doesn't mean they can't. And they pay into the system. So why can't the system help you? Yeah, I saw that the Supreme Court is having a hearing today. It's happening right now about eliminating Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. Now I'm trying to prepare y'all because I would be surprised if it was any other way. But they're gonna repeal that shit because they believe it's discrimination. Listen to the logic that these people have. It is discrimination to have laws in place to make sure that other people aren't disenfranchised just because of their race. That's discriminatory, apparently. Because that's what some of the courts say. Well, it's not fair, because you doing that remedy is discrimination against the discrimination. So you should just let the discrimination happen. Okay. I just want to find all those black conservatives that talk so much about how the Republican Party is such a great place to be. Well, then your ass, you should step down out of your job. Because if you don't believe that the Voting Rights Act has any place in society, then why is your black ass in Congress? You should be working in a factory or working in some other regular old job, right? They full of shit too. Those black Republican elected officials, they grift into. Okay? They grift up until the machine eats their ass up too. See, I'm telling you, the runway is wearing out for the Byron Donalds, the Tim Scotts, all of them. Them black dudes. They're not going to last. I'm telling you, the runway is running out on them because America is going super hard on its racism again. Super hard. It's not like racism ever went away, but they going super hard on it again. They want to go back to the 50s and the 40s with their racism, and the 30s and the 20s and the 1800s. So if that's the case, what the fuck does Florida need Byron Donalds for? They need to elect a good old white man for his seat. Why is Byron Donalds there? He's black. Because see, this is the shit that they agree with and promote. And they'll say, oh, that's not what it really means. That's what the fuck they said. That's what they said. So why are you there? This is why you have to call it out. Now, something else that old punk ass Mike Johnson did. The press asked Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, if it was okay for federal agents to be pew-pewing faith leaders with pepper balls and arresting agents. And the press asked, what's the limit on these powers? Guess what Mike Johnson said? He said, I've not seen them cross the line yet. Now, Mike Johnson's lying because he watches Fox News. You know he does. Fox News loves to show shit like this. But he said he ain't seen it yet. I told y'all every Republican in Congress, in the House and in the Senate, agrees with everything this administration is doing. Congress could step in like yesterday and stop this shit, but they're not because Republicans agree with it. Republicans agree with it, and they will hide behind Trump. Yeah, that's the nussy, Kim. They'll hide behind Trump so that you won't come at them. Something else that came out, just so y'all know, and I'm gonna put this in the chat in Patreon. They have now released a full list of all of the young Republicans involved in that chat, that offensive chat that they were doing on Telegram. Oh, receipts have been pulled, beloved. Receipts have been pulled, beloved. Uh-huh. Receipts have been pulled, y'all. I just posted it in the chat room so that y'all can go to that post whenever you want to. They have now identified every single young Republican in that chat. And remember when conservatives were saying to you months ago, oh, Democrats, liberals keep calling us things we're not. We're not those people. The chat shows you who they are when nobody's watching. When they're all amongst themselves, it shows you who they are. It's not showing in the chat. Hold on, let me see. No, it's there. Try to refresh one more time. I just put it in there. I literally just did it. You should see it there. Yep, they're all like Charlie Kirk. They're all like Charlie Kirk. That's why they want you to praise Charlie Kirk. That's why I say fuck Charlie Kirk. I'm like Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk ain't thinking about Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk out here making fucking money. Okay? She like Charlie who? I've never seen that man a day before in my life. That's what she said. Not me. That's what Erica Kirk said. She ain't thinking about Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk is counting stacks. She care about money. That's all she care about. Money. They had the audacity to set up a GoFundMe for her. Charlie Kirk was worth millions of dollars. This bitch don't need no GoFundMe. It's not showing on your end. Hold on. Let me put it under group chats. Let me try one more time. I'm gonna put it in there one more time. Hold up. Okay, I just did it again. And I typed something with it that time. So hopefully it showed up. Let me know if y'all can see that. If not, I'll just have to post it to the main page. I don't know what's going on. The chat been acting funny lately. Nope, it's still not there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just delete those two messages out of the chat. Now I'll put it. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna just create a quick post and put it there, and y'all can see it. Cause I'm looking at this on my computer. I'm not looking at this on my phone. Hold up, I'm doing it now. Okay, I'm about to post it. Hold on. I just had to make sure I had everything. Okay. I just posted it on the Patreon page itself. Everybody can see it. And I titled it Full List of Young Republicans in Chat. Yep, and you'll be able to see it there. But it's a Newsweek article in which they are talking about, it was 2,900 pages of explicit messages over 7 months. And some of them were attacking each other. Some of them were attacking each other. Awesome, Charlie. I'm glad you can see it. Some of them were attacking each other. Because again, if you don't do fealty, you get eaten up. Now, let me tell you some of the people involved. Because it's a handful of them. Bobby Walker from New York, Peter Gunta from New York, Joe Maglino from New York, Alex Dreyer from Kansas, William Hendricks from Kansas, Annie Catty, New York, Luke Mosiman, Arizona, Samuel Douglas, Vermont, and Brianna Douglas, Vermont. And honey, and this is the funniest part that I found. When I see the pictures of these people, no wonder they mad and hating on other people. No wonder they don't like my black ass. No wonder. Because some of them, I'm like, oh, I know why you single. You a busted fucking oddball with weird ass ideals and mindsets. No wonder you can't find a fucking woman. And then to the women, even the most deplorable woman can find a man. No surprise, but the women are busted oddballs too. I'm just telling you, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. We talked in detail this morning about some of the stuff that these people said in these chats because it's not stuff that I can repeat in the live. Now, the funniest part is Republican congressmen and senators say, I was surprised and shocked to see them discuss it. How? The president of the United States talks like this. Donald Trump doesn't speak any different than these young Republicans. The young Republicans are taking their cues from old Republicans. That's all. They're just taking their cues from old Republicans. That's how they're able to keep this shit going. That's how they're able to keep it going. Now, a couple of them have already lost their jobs. Good. Yeah, because if you're going to be racist, be loud with your fucking racism. Don't hide. Don't pretend you okay with everybody. Be very clear and vocal about who the fuck you are. So that way the world can treat you accordingly. The world can, they should be exposed in perpetuity. You want to be a racist? Every time they pop up somewhere, somebody pop out. Y'all remember that movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood? Look, that's a long title. But y'all remember that movie? And Keenan Ivory Wayans will pop out, message! Every time these people try to do something of value, somebody needs to pop out with pictures of those texts and go, message! So anytime, nope, there is no safe space that you get to hide. You're a fucking racist. And we need everybody to know that you're a fucking racist every time you move, every corner you go to, every place you go. There is no safe space for you. Yep, they've gotten away with this for a long time. Yep, yes, the postman. My favorite Zarvis was the baby. When the baby was like, message! Oh, I love that. And the little crib. Shh. If you ain't seen Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, you need to. That shit's hilarious. That shit's a classic. I remember seeing it when it first came out. I went to the movies to see that shit. That movie's hilarious. Walk by them and say, do I know you? Exactly, dude. That's exactly what you say. And then you say, oh, yeah, I do know you. Here are your racist comments right here. I'm telling you, y'all look up who these people are and see their pictures. When you see their pictures, you're going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. I was just like, are you? Because this morning when we talked about it on Patreon, they said, look at the pictures. Because I hadn't looked at the pictures. And I looked at them and I was like, literally, the first thing out of my mouth was, are you fucking kidding me? But what I find is people who look busted, who looks are trash, you understand? They always look like that. And when I look at them, I go, I know you smell funny. I know it. They look like they smell funny. I'm good. They look like they smell funny. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they all should lose their spot in there. Oh, you've seen them in the news many times? Yeah, I never knew about them because I'm not a Republican. And then when I look at some of them, I go, they're taking a lot of liberty with the term young. Because either these people have lived a hard fucking life or they're not as young as they pretend to be. One of the two. Because when I look at the pictures, I go, wait, it's supposed to be young Republican. These motherfuckers look old as shit. They look old. Like old. And I'm going, wait a minute. Yeah, and they do look slightly related. I just laugh. I also laugh because some of them think growing a beard is going to make them look extra manly. It doesn't. It doesn't. Especially when the beard is patchy. At least if you can't grow in a full beard, don't punish the rest of us with that patchy ass hair, facial hair. Just cut it all off. But I'm not surprised. When I saw this, I wasn't surprised. But I love that it exposes them in their bullshit. And then one of the guys says, "We take full responsibility. Full responsibility. Except I can't help but think some of those messages were doctored by others." No, they weren't. No, they weren't. You mean which site, Sulor? Which one are you talking about? Oh, I'm not wasting my time with you, beloved. See, you could have stayed, but you got too loud. You only had 122 followers. My antenna goes up. No, I blocked Sulor. Sulor is a troll. Sulor only had 100 and something followers. Mm-mm. I can just, you know how you can sense it, dude? It's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It is a feeling that I get. It really is a feeling that I get deep down that tells me, mm-mm, no, no, that's a troll account. And if it's a valid account, my bad, but I ain't unblocking it. Because I know that it's not a valid account. That shit a troll account. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't care to have discussions with conservatives. I don't need it. I love your videos. Very informative. Thank you so much, Alexandria. I'm just trying to get people to think. That's a lot of times what the whole point of my videos, just to get you to think. Just to get you to think. And then maybe when you think certain things, you'll do something. Yep, I just stay away at all costs, Smashley. It's not worth it to go back and forth with MAGA to try to see a middle ground. There ain't no middle ground with these people. Leave them where they are. No middle ground. Isn't there a ban on beards? Yeah, they have in the army. They're now banning that. Yeah, they're now banning that now in the army. So, which is again, the army is the army. The army is the army. Tomorrow, those of us who are on Patreon, I got a video to show y'all that's going to make you laugh your ass off about Tulsa. Because Tulsa supposedly has so much violence. So much violence in Tulsa. Okay. All right. So I'm looking. I'm just trying to see something real quick. Yeah, okay, that was a waste of time. And that's why I didn't even tell y'all about it. I'm like, what? Huh? That doesn't even make sense. Now, something I want to tell y'all about. This is the last thing we're going to talk about this evening because it's going to affect your pocket and your wallet. The Trump administration, they saying they will set price floors across a range of industries to try to counteract what China is doing. So basically, the federal government wants to price fix and tell companies what they can charge. Didn't they say liberals would do that to them? Didn't they say liberals would do all of this to us? And it is all conservatives doing it. So they said the U.S. has to use industrial policy to compete against non-market economies like China. That's what the Treasury Secretary says. They said that the Trump administration will set price floors across a range of strategic industries to combat Beijing. So that means, hey, business owners, the government is about to fuck with your profits. Boom. Boom. Oh, ain't this, man, this is communism 101. This is the very thing that conservatives kept accusing liberals of. I love this shit. I love it. Oh my goodness. They said the administration could take equity stakes in more companies in the wake of China's new restrictions. The federal government is going to take stake in private companies. Wow. They said that Scott Bezin says, so we're going to set price floors and forward the buying to make sure, and the forward buying to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And we're going to do it across a range of industries. They said the U.S. also needs to set up a strategic mineral reserve. That would be years from now. They'll never get this done before Trump's out of office. And a lot of those minerals are just not produced in America. They're produced in other countries. So you still have to import the shit here. You're still going to have to pay tariffs on the shit. It's no way around it. They just playing with you. Just so you know, this is all bullshit. Scott Bassett knows it's bullshit, but he going to say anything to convince you, because why? The president says anything and convinces you now. Yep. They said they're going to set up a strategic mineral reserve. JP Morgan Chase, according to Scott Bessent, is interested in working with the Trump administration to create such a reserve. Doesn't matter. It still would not happen anytime soon. You don't do shit like that overnight. It's like all the factories that Donald Trump claim are being built right now that are not being built. It's kind of like that shit. Like that Hyundai factory that's still shut down in Alabama. Okay, like that. Okay. All right. Now, just so you know, in case you don't know, why we need rare earth minerals. Rare earth minerals are used to produce magnets that are crucial inputs in U.S. pew-pews and warplanes. Okay? Earth magnets are also essential for civilian commercial applications like electric vehicles. Again, America can't compete in that. We don't even have those earth minerals. They're in the respective countries that we've started trade wars with. Exactly, Chris. That shit's going to take years, if not a decade or decades. That's not shit you do overnight. This ain't TV. This is not TV. In real life, this shit takes time. That's what it is. In real life. Yep, you're right, Russ. It's also needed for computer chips. They say that the Trump administration has been working to stand up a domestic rare earth supply chain. They won't be able to. They're not going to be able to in any reasonable amount of time. It's unrealistic, and you still got to import the shit in. We don't have those mineral earths here. Earth minerals here. If we did, we wouldn't be bringing them from somewhere else. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now it says the Defense Department struck an unprecedented deal in July with MP Materials, the largest U.S. rare earth miner, that included an equity stake and a price floor and an offtake agreement. The government. Remember when Republicans told you the liberals would use the government to come take over portions of your business? And look who's doing it, conservatives. They say the U.S. could take equity stakes in other companies in the wake of Beijing's rare earth restrictions. And Scott Bessent said, I wouldn't be surprised when we get an announcement like this week with China on the rare earths, when you realize we have to be self-sufficient, or we have to be sufficient with our allies, or How about you not be an asshole to your allies? Boom. See, you tried to play a game and China won because China has more leverage than America. And that's the bottom line. They just been lying in your face, telling you that we got more leverage than the Chinese, and that shit's a lie. The Chinese have more leverage than us because the entire time that we've been doing global trade, China was also building up their own shit. America doesn't make investments in itself. The only investment that America makes in America is to give its money to rich people. The government will give money to rich people. That's what America calls an investment in itself, by giving rich billionaires tax dollars from working class people. For some strange reason, that's an investment in America. No, it's not. That's an investment in billionaires. And Americans, we never get shit out of it. We just get shafted. We get left with the bill every time. Now, Scott Bessent is also saying that the administration will not take stakes in non-strategic industries, but they've yet to say what industries they would try to take stake in. Pay attention, y'all. This is about rich people making money hand over fist. And a lot of times people like Scott Bessent says these things so people can do their necessary trades that they want to do. That's why. Pay attention. America invests in rich people. It will never invest in you. America don't like you. It don't like your kids. It don't like you. All it wants you to do is work for low wage fucking earnings and shut your mouth and give your money to rich people. Now I want y'all to know something. Billionaires could end world hunger. It would cost about $40 to $50 billion to end it. They could end world hunger, but they choose not to. They would rather you starve. Wake up, America. You're going to keep starving until you wake up and see this shit for what it is. You got to see it for what it is. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here this afternoon. I appreciate it because you could be anywhere else, but you choose to be here. We got, 34,000 likes this afternoon. Even with this Nussie up here, we got that many. I'm very happy about that. So thank you. We got over 70 shares. I appreciate that very much. Listen, don't forget, I do uncensored lives after my TikTok lives in the mornings over on Patreon. We also do some other special events over on Patreon as well. And Patreon members, I owe you another post for us to vote on when we're going to do an evening chat session in Patreon, something unfiltered. I had to pixelate it, Kim. I can't be showing that Nussie all uncensored. It's explicit. Don't forget about Freebie Fridays. After I do my live here on Friday, we do another uncensored Freebie Friday live. Following that, if you want to be a part of it, click the link in my bio and come on over to Patreon and sign up so that you can do that. Daryl, bye Daryl. Daryl and his feelings because Daryl got a Nussie too. But I sent Daryl packing. Like they say, sent you packing. He got a Nussie too. So he don't like when I talk about the president's Nussie. He said, you're going to talk about his Nussie, but not talk about mine? No, I'm not. I'm not, beloved. I'm not. Is your Nussie wetter than the president's Nussie? Okay. All right. I love you guys. I want you to have a beautiful and wonderful Wednesday. I know you had a great day. I'm going to just say you had a great day. He can't tuck it in, Zarvis, because his Nussie too fat. You know, it's like his instead of him having a fupa, right? You know how you can have a fupa? He has a what you call it, a funa, a fat upper neck part, an FUNP. Yeah, that's what that is. That's a fat upper neck part. So he can't tuck it in, Zarvis. He can't. If he tucks it in, then you're going to see the print. And that's explicit too. You can't even see the print of it. Mm-mm. You can't even see the print of that. Listen, before I wrap up, I want to give a shout out to my top 5 gifters here in the live. I do this every live. Number 1, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Chris. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 3, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you, handsome. Number 4, beautiful Kimmy, 1937. Thank you so much, Kimmy. Number 5, beautiful Shauna B. Thank you so much, beautiful. And I want to send a special shout out to handsome number 6, Zarvis. Thank you so much, handsome. Listen, I love and appreciate y'all. I will see you on here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the TikToks, okay? I love you, and I'll see you then. Listen, don't let nobody live rent free in your head. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent, y'all. Peace and have a beautiful, beautiful evening. All right? Bye bye. Look, I'm trying to hit this button, but I can't hit it. Bye bye.